Hanapin natin yung iba. Okay, so good afternoon sa lahat. O, kumusta naman kayo? Kumusta naman tayo dyan? Ano yung mga bagong mga pangalan dito ngayon ko lang nakita. Pero kumusta naman kayo? Kumusta? Balita sa inyo dyan? Uy,
Ayos lang, sir.
ayos lang. Oh, ingatan ng mga sarili ha. Alam niyo naman, delikado. Huwag magkampante. At dumadami yung kalaban natin. Okay, anyway, so let us now proceed with the next topic. Okay, so nakikita niyo po ba tong sinishare ko, guys?
Opo.
Kita po, sir. Kita po.
Okay, so ano nababasa niyo dyan?
Integration.
by parts.
Ayun, so yun ang next topic natin, integration by parts. Nakakagulat kasi I've seen some of the answers in the long quiz. I don't know if what happened. I've seen one or a few who use this method or this technique in finding the integral of one or at least one of the assigned exercise that I asked you to do last time. So sana alam natin na yun ang tawag doon ay integration by parts. So when we say when we have integration by parts, this is another technique on how we can get the integrals or to perform integration. So we call it integration by parts. So why is it called integration by parts and how it is done? Yun ang gagawin natin for this session. Okay, so let's recall the product rule for derivatives. So if you would remember, the derivative of a product, uv, if we have u times v, it will just be the, first is we copy the first factor u, multiplied with the derivative of the second factor, plus copy the second factor derivative of the first factor, which is the derivative of u. So, and then notice, if I try to get the derivative of both sides, I integrate both sides, what happened? Ito maging itsura niya, I integrated both sides. So, the law of equality, whatever you do on the left side, you can actually do it on the right side of the equation. So I can also always do that. And since we know that if we have or rather this one, the integral of u du will just be this. What we did here is we distribute, diba? The integral of a sum will just be the sum of the integral, so we can actually just some sort of distribute the integral sign here. Okay, and then notice the integral of duv will just be uv. Okay, diba? And this will be equal to this. Now, if I try to solve one of this, so integral of u dv will just be uv minus v du. So dito nanggaling yung integration by parts. So if we can rewrite the integral as a parang part na may u ka and then dv, we can actually use this. So if we were able to subdivide the integrand or the integral by the parts u dv, we can actually use this formula to have to perform the integration instead. Okay, so ito na yung integration by parts. So we actually subdivided the parts of the integrand as u multiplied to dv, and then we will have this. This one hindi ito laging effective, but there would be cases wherein if we cannot perform the integration anymore by using the substitution methods that we had, we can actually use this method to get the integral. Okay. Okay po ba? So how are we going to use this? Let's have an example. Okay. So this is a very classical example. If I have the integral of x e to the x dx, how are you going to get the derivative of this? The integral of this. Sorry, may hangover pa ako sa derivative dun sa previous lesson ko. So how do we get the integral? So ang gagawin natin dito, notice if we try to use the substitution method that we had, there's no way we can actually rewrite this in a form wherein we have the the one that we had last time. So we can actually use integration by parts here and how it is performed. So first is kailangan nating ma-identify kung alin ang U at alin ang magiging dV natin. So merong mnemonic device dyan, you can actually check on that. May mnemonic device dyan which is the type of trigonometric the type of function wherein yun ang gagamitin yung isasama nyo sa dV at yun yung ihiwalay nyo. So notice it is done kapag usually mapapansin nyo may product dito, di ba? So pwede natin siyang ihiwalay. So notice if I let U to be X and then dahil U itong X natin, ang natira, yung tira, gagawin na nating dV. Okay, so dV natin e to the X dx na siya. So parang ito, if we can now write this as an integral of U dV. So with that, we can perform the integration by parts. But to do that, kailangan natin yung V and then kailangan natin yung du. So we get the derivative of U or this equation. So we have the derivative, we will just be the derivative of X. And then if we try to integrate this one, the integral of dV will just be V and the integral of e to the X dx will just be e to the X. Malinaw ba to guys? Hello? Malinaw ba? So, una dito, sa unang side, yung U, derivative ko lang. So, I get the derivative of U, so that will just be the derivative of X. Ito naman sa kabila, dV, to find V, I get the integral of dV, so that will just be V. The integral of e to the X dx, is, we know that it's just e to the X. Diba? So, kaya tayo nakakuha ng V. If you would remember, di ba, ito na yung U dV, so this will be equal to UV minus V du. Ano yung U natin? That would be X. Ano yung V? E to the X. And then, UV minus V du. So, V times du. So, it will be like this. Right? So, U natin ay X, V natin e to the X, minus integral of V, which is e to the X, and then du is dx. So, we have this. Now, we are left with this, so we can now easily get the integral of e to the X dx. So, we are simply having this as a result. Question po. Hello? Tanong po. Hello? Andiyan pa ba kayo?
Andito pa po,
Hello?
sir.
Okay. May tanong po ba?
Wala po, sir.
Sir ba yan? Naintindihan po yung process?
Naintindihan naman po, sir.
Hello? Naintindihan po ba? May tanong po ba? Okay, very good. Sure kayo walang tanong?
Ako po, sir, wala na po.
Wala muna, sir.
Sige, pwede ba ako magtanong? Pwede ba ako magtanong? Kung walang tanong, ako na lang ang magtanong. Sige, pipili tayo ng pwedeng sumagot. May volunteer. Ang tanong ay, okay, saan galing yung V?
Integral, sir. Integral ng dV.
So, saan galing yung V natin?
Binalik lang po.
Integral ng dV. Okay, so, okay, very good. So, galing lang siya dun sa dV natin and then we integrate, in-integral natin yung dV, di ba? Kaya nakakuha tayo ng V. So, ang integral ng e to the X dx ay, ang integral ng e to the X dx?
EX po.
Okay, e to the x lang din. Okay? So, okay, so ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na siguro ilagay ko na lang sa chat. Okay? Tandaan niyo yung I-late na tinatawag. I-late yung inverse, I for inverse, L for logarithmic, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, and then E for exponent. Okay? Bakit meron tayong ganong tawag nito? Bakit tayo merong ganoong excuse me, mnemonic device or acronym? Yun yung pagkakasunod-sunod kung sino yung gagawin yung V, ay yung gagawin yung U. Okay? Malinaw po ba?
Okay po.
Okay, so paano natin, ano yung gagawin nating U? Di ba dun sa kuha natin, asan na ba yun? Dito sa ating, okay, let me stop and then I'll share it again. Nawawala ako. The problem with share screen. Okay. Let me share it again. Okay. So, kanina, notice, ang pinili ko dito na UIX. Okay, kasi from the ILATE na acronym, you start with the inverse. Wala namang inverse functions dyan. Walang logarithmic. Next is A, algebraic. So, ang algebraic na natira dito is X. So, yun ang susunod natin pwedeng gawing U. And then, T, trigonometric, and then, exponential yung pinakadulo lagi. Okay? Malinaw po ba? So, tandaan nyo na. Okay, let's have another one. Ready na po ba tayo for the next example? Hello? Hello? Ready na po ba?
Opo, sir.
Opo, sir.
Okay. Pero minsan, pag ginagamit natin yung integration by parts, hindi necessarily na kasing simple nung kaninang example. Pwede siyang mas maging, pwede natin siyang ulit-ulitin. Okay? So let us try to have that kind of example wherein we can actually do the integration over and parang we will repeatedly use the integrals. Okay? Okay lang ba yon? So parang uulitin natin yung paggamit ng integrals and then saka natin makukuha finally yung integral ng ating function. Okay? Ready na ba tayo doon?
Okay po.
Okay, let's try this. I'm not sure if this will work, but let's try. Okay. Let me present this again. Okay, nakikita niyo ba to, guys?
Nakikita po, sir. Nakikita po.
Okay, so dun sa ating kuan, 'di ba, from yung ILATE, meron bang inverse? Walang inverse. Yung mga inverse function usually inverse ng trigonometric function, mga ganon. Yung mga inverse cosine, inverse sine, mga ganon. Next is yung logarithmic. May logarithmic ba tayo nakikita dyan? Guys? Hello? Meron ba nakikitang logarithmic function? So, ang ln ay isang klaseng logarithmic function. Ito yung isang logarithmic function wherein ang base natin ay e. So, ln is logarithmic. So, yun ang magiging u natin. Okay? So, sorry. So if we let u, sorry, tingnan natin dito. Let u, in this case, ang gagawin natin u dito is the logarithmic kasi merong logarithmic. Okay? And then afterwards, so dahil u ang logarithmic, ang matitira na lang, yun yung magiging dv natin. Okay, which is in this case, itong x cube dx. Can you follow, guys?
Yes po.
Tanggalin natin si ln x. Oh. Diba? So, parang ito kasi, we can actually rewrite this. Pag sinulat ko to, pwede natin, dahil parang multiplication lang yan, guys. So, I can place ln x muna dun sa dulo. Okay? Ilagay sa unahan, ilagay ko sa unahan. Tapos, ito yung magiging wala siya sa yan. Pwede nating gawin na parang ganito. We can regroup or pwede nating gawin na ito parang isang term, okay, or isang factor, parang ganyan. So parang nagmumukha na ito na yung u natin at ito naman yung magiging dv natin. Okay? Can you follow?
Yes po.
Okay, now. So from here, pwede natin kunin yung derivative nito. So if I take the derivative, du, what is the derivative of ln x ulit, guys? Ang derivative niyan ay ano?
1 over
1 over
x
x.
dx.
Okay, very good. So ang derivative niyan ay 1 over x dx or simply, pwedeng sulat natin as dx over x, right? Ito naman, paano naman natin kunin yung integral nito? So if I integrate this, so magiging v na lang ito. And then the integral of x cube, ano mangyayari? This will be what?
X raised to 4 over 4 po.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So magiging x raised to 4. Okay, so x raised to 4 over 4. Okay? Kuha ba yan? Malinaw po?
Yes po.
So ito, pwede na natin siyang isulat. Di ba ito na yung udv. So ang magiging result daw ay, ito daw ay equal sa uv. Ano yung u natin? Ito yung u natin, di ba? Kopyahin ko lang to. Lagay ko dito, u. Ano yung v? Ito, di ba? Ito yung magiging v. Isulat ko na lang sa harap. Para, okay? And then minus, can you follow? uv minus integral of v. Ito ulit si v. So, c. Okay, I copy it here. And then, ang dv ko naman dito ay, sorry, du. Ito lang siya. C. So, patang ko ito lahat. Yan. Okay? One more. Okay, punta natin siya. So, yun. Ako ba? Nakuha po ba, guys? Hello?
Yes po.
Malinaw kung bakit naging gano'n? Ay, gano'n. Okay, so pwede natin itong i-simplify further. Okay, pwede natin itong i-simplify. Para notice ito, pwede na natin siyang, ito, ilabas natin yung 1/4. Ilabas ko lang yung 1/4. Pag nilabas ko yung 1/4, 1 na lang ito. Mawawala na to. So matitira na lang dito ay x to the 4th. Pero ito, wala na rin tong over 4 na yan, ha? Yung x to the 4 over x, magiging x cube na lang to, di ba? So, sorry. Nangyari, magiging x cube na lang ito. Tapos mawawala na rin tong x. So matitira na lang dito, dx. Follow? Malinaw? Saka na natin i-integrate ulit ito. Hindi pala siya tulad nung ini-expect ko. Anyway, so this will now be again x to the Control C. So this will be x to the 4 over 4. So times 4 ito. So I'll write here 16 na guys ha. Okay, and then that would be a plus C. Okay. Nakuha? Tama po ba? Ay parang merong wait lang. Double check na natin. Tama naman. VD. Okay. UV. Okay, ulitin natin. Tingnan natin. U, tama. LNX, UV minus V, DU. Okay. Question? Question po, malinaw po ba? Mukhang tahimik na naman tayo. Naintindihan po ba yung process, guys? Kung may tanong, wag mahihiya. Okay, so kung wala na, siguro pwede nating ituloy yung next example natin. Okay? Ready for our next example, guys? Ano ba yan? Wala man akong kausap. Ang hirap naman ng ganito. Hello?
Yes po, sir.
Ano yung yes? Yes na isa pang example or may tanong? Alin ang ulitin natin? Sige, wag mahiya. Okay lang. Alin ang ulitin natin? Ulitin natin yung buo?
Yes po.
Sige, sige. Walang problema doon. Okay lang yan. So, ano nangyari lang? Nakikita niyo pa rin ba yung aking sinishare? Okay, so nangyari dito, di ba ito yung ating integral, di ba? Tapos, sa integration by parts, di ba sabi natin, ang gagawin nating u ay, di ba tanda natin yung ILATE. Inverse, logarithmic, algebraic, trigonometric, exponential. So,
Sir, nawala po.
sorry for the interruption. Biglang hindi ko napansin lobat pala yung laptop ko, hindi ko siya na-charge. Anyway, so ulit na tuloy yung iba. Bilis naman akong iwanan nun. Grabe, pagkatapos ng lahat ng ginawa ko, ang bilis siyang bumigay. Char. Okay, so let's continue. Okay lang ba? Bumalik siya. Sige. Okay, so going back to this, nakikita niyo na itong pinipresent ko, guys?
Okay
Opo,
po.
sir.
Okay, ulit. Dito, nagsimula tayo dito, di ba? Tatanda natin, ILATE, yung inverse, wala namang inverse. Ang meron dyan, logarithmic at saka algebraic lang. Yung algebraic, yung parang mga combination ng polynomials, rational expressions, mga ganon. Rationals, mga polynomials, and yung mga ganun lang. Basta yung ating variable ay and radicals pa pala ay raised to a real number power. Yung mga pwedeng whole numbers, pwedeng negative, or pwedeng kan. Basta x to the something lahat, mga ganon. X to the a real number. Mga algebraic yun. Ang meron naman tayo lnx, sinabi natin kanina na logarithmic siya. So, yun yung nasa pangalawa. Inverse, tapos logarithmic, tapos polynomials, or sorry, algebraic. Dahil merong mga logarithmic, yun ang una natin gagawin as u. So, we let u to be lnx. Okay? So, yung natira, yun yung gagawin nating dv. Okay? So, ang dv natin in this case, yung natira which is x cubed dx. Kaya yung dv natin ay x cubed dx. So, kailangan natin makuha si du at saka si v. So, from u, we get the derivative. So, nakuha natin ang du to be dx over x. And then, si dv naman, in-integrate lang natin para makuha si v. So, integral of dv will be v. And then, integral of x cubed dx will just be x to the 4 over 4. Next. Ito ay u dv, di ba? So, ito ay equal na, sabi dun sa ating formula, uv, di ba? uv. Ano yung u natin? Ang u natin ay lnx, di ba? So, lnx. uv. Ang v natin ay x to the 4 over 4. Okay, so x to the 4 over 4. So, uv minus integral of v. So, ito yung v natin, pinuntan lang natin ito as v du. So, ang du natin ay dx over x. So, ito na. Ere? Malinaw po? So, parang ito yung uv minus integral of v du. Kuha po?
Kuha po, sir.
Okay, so ito, sinimplify na lang natin ito. Nilabas ko lang yung 1/4 dito, and then x to the 4 over x, naging x cube lang siya. So, nag-simplify lang ako, so yung integral sign andun pa rin. Okay, para mas madali natin integrate ito. Integrate na lang ng x to the x cube, will just be x to the 4 over 4. Kaso may over 4 ka dito, kaya meron tayo ditong 16. So, 4 times 4 is 16. And then plus, of course, the constants. Okay? What? Malinaw na po? Okay, so yun. So let's have may tanong ba doon ulit? Naintindihan ba? Mas naintindihan ba siya o mas nagulo? Hello.
Okay na po, sir.
Sure na yun.
Isa pa po.
Paano isa pa? Isa pang
Example po.
example. Ito. I'll give you another example wherein ito naman yung wait lang. Okay. Ito naman yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na pwede nating ulit-ulitin. Kasi parang kundi yan eh. Minsan kailangan nating ipakita yung tatag ng ating loob bago natin mapatunayan na tayo talaga kung meron mang kayo.
Yun?
Okay, ito. I'll share this to you. Okay, can you see this, guys? Okay.
Opo.
Opo, sir.
Okay, so ILATE, Wala namang inverse, walang logarithmic. So doon tayo sa algebraic. So may algebraic tayo dito na x squared. So yun yung magiging u natin. Okay? Got it? So natira ulit yung e to the x dx, siya ulit yung ating dv. Derivative of u, ang derivative ng x squared, so that would be 2x dx. Ito ulit kanina, so it's just d e to the x. Kuha? Malinaw?
Opo.
So, ito ay magiging equal sa uv. So, ang u natin ay x squared, v natin ay e to the x, minus integral of v e to the x du. So, magiging ito na. Oh, may manok pa ito na. Nakuha? So, u, which is x squared, v is e to the x, minus integral of v, which is e to the x, du is 2x dx. Okay? Which, if you would notice ito, parang familiar ito. Diba? Parang ito yung unang example natin. So, parang uulitin lang natin yung integration by parts. So, para huwag na natin ulitin, kopyahin na lang natin yung result dun sa una. Parang inilabas lang natin yung 2, diba? So, it is just of the form. O parang gano'n ulit. Ulitin na natin. So, magiging ito lang yung kalalabas ang kanila, diba? Can you follow? Nakuha ba? Malinaw?
Hindi po.
Alin ang hindi naintindihan?
Lahat po, sir.
Okay. Lahat. O, ulitin natin. O, ulitin. Take 2. O, di ba? Ito ulit, di ba? Paano natin to i-integrate? Di ba? So, ILATE. Walang inverse. Ang mga inverse, yung mga inverse trigonometric function, usually yung sine raised to 1, mga ganon na kita nyo yan, yung arcsine, arccotangent, mga ganon. Next is yung
Logarithmic.
Okay, kaso wala naman tayong logarithmic na nakita dyan. Mga logarithms or ln, yung kanina ln. Tapos, algebraic. Algebraic, yung mga x to the something, 1 over x, square root of something. Yun yung mga square root of na puro x lang, walang ibang function. Okay? Next, after ng algebraic, which is in this case, algebraic na ito, yung x squared, di ba? So, ito na yung gagawin nating u. After algebraic, trigonometric naman, kapag may nakita kang trigonometric, yung sine, cosine, tangent, secant, cosecant, cotangent. Yun yung next na gagawin mong u. Tapos, ang huli natin ay yung exponential function. Dahil meron tayong x squared dito, so yun yung gagawin nating u. Kuha?
Apo.
And then, if I take on the derivative, so ibig sabihin, yung natira, yung e to the x dx, yun na yung magiging dv natin. Di ba sa integration by parts kasi, kailangan natin siyang hatiin ito as u dv. Di ba? So, ang una natin kailangan ma-identify dito kung alin yung u. Okay? Parang sa buhay, di ba? Ang una dapat natin matandaan ay malaman ay kung ano yung tayo. Kung ano yung sarili natin. So, you have to identify what is you. Gets?
Apo.
Opo.
So, bago natin isipin yung iba, dapat yung sarili muna natin. So, you have to identify you. Okay? So,
Yep.
u is x squared. dv is, yung natira, yung e to the x dx. So, kailangan natin sa integration by parts, yung v at saka yung du. So, para makuha yun, dahil may u na tayo dito, kunin lang yung derivative. So, if you take on the derivative of x squared, will just be 2x dx, di ba? So, bawasan ng isa, ilagay sa baba. Tama? Tama ba ito? Naalala ito? Paano kumuha ng derivative?
Apo.
Okay. And the next is dv. So, to get v, we just integrate. So, integrate natin si dv, magiging v, integral of e to the x dx, again, will just be e to the x. Okay? Malinaw po ba, guys?
Apo.
Okay, so meron na tayo ditong mga to. Meron tayong u, v, dv, at saka du. So kung tatandaan nyo, di ba, integral of u dv equals uv minus integral of v du. So uv, u is x squared and v is e to the x. So meron tayong x squared e to the x. Ito na yung uv. Diba? Minus integral of v du. Ano yung v natin? Ito, naisulat lang na nilagay sa gitna. Pero ang v natin dito is e to the x. Ang du natin ay 2x dx. But again, it's just multiplication. So pwede lang natin pagpalit-palitin yan. Walang problema. Okay, so ito na yung integral of v du natin. Tama. V du natin. Okay? And then, ito kasi, parang pares lang ito nung sa unang example natin. So, pwede natin kunin na ang magiging u ulit natin ay x, tapos ang dv natin ito, di ba? So, integral ng x will just, derivative ng u would be du, derivative ng x would be dx, derivative nito will be e to the x. So, ito, nilabas lang yung constant, di ba? Constant, wala namang problema, pwede natin nilabas siya. So, ito na yung uv, di ba? udv natin, parang pares sa unang example natin. So, copyahin na lang. Ito na lang. So, uv, tama? uv minus integral of v du. So, integral of e to the x, so which is that will just be e to the x. Okay. Malinaw po? Malinaw na? Malinaw na po ba? Hello? Okay, so dahil wala nang sumasagot, siguro pwede na nating tigilan itong ating klase. Medyo nakatatlo na rin tayong problem. So, what I want you to do, guys, is I'll be posting again maybe exercises in the Google Classroom and then try to solve it. Okay? Try to find the integrals using integration by parts. Okay? Malinaw po ba?
Okay po.
Okay, so I think that's it. Yeah, I'll just turn off.
Okay po.
Okay, but before we leave, let us